G'day cobbers. So today I'm going to work on the gold chips and stuff, gold fingers, sorry, that I've collected. Slowly been chipping through all the ones that I'd cut up and made my job harder, but these two medium-sized chips I got from two of the printers, so I've still got one printer left to do, but we're slowly getting through it. So I'm not sure if these are gold flashing or gold plating. They kind of look like plating just because they're so raised compared to what a flashing looks like. You can barely notice like a raised edge on it. But anyway, we'll see how we go. I've just got the soldering iron warming up, and also got, I think, this chip from maybe a TV or a printer, I'm not too sure now, but just some nice gold fingers on both sides there. So we'll see if we can remove those ones off, and these two here are just from LCD TVs. So we've got some nice gold fingers all the way along them, only one-sided unfortunately, but that's okay. And depending how we go for time, I might also get on to some more gold recovery from USB pins. So they're reasonably easy to do. I just put them in the vise and wiggle them backwards and forwards, and then pluck the pins out of it. And also I've got here ones that I can't refine as of the moment, so I've more or less got to melt that plastic away, or somehow, yeah, I'm just not too sure. I reckon possibly using chemicals and stuff like that, but that's a long way down the path. So anyway, we'll wait till this soldering iron's warmed up, and we'll see you there. Alright guys, so we're here at the bench. Also, that's my current collection of stuff I've retrieved from this sort of stuff. So I'm thinking I wouldn't mind starting on these little printer ones. I do have this metal thing, as I've got a few holes and stuff in the bench, and would end up losing a lot of the fingers, so just something that I can work on that's clean and smooth and easy to retrieve, so make a start. Alright, so I'm not sure how these ones will go, but we're going to find out whether it's a gold plating or a gold flashing. By the feels of it, it is a gold flashing, unfortunately. We'll keep trying. I know it's a very thin gold plating, so we got that one off. The soldering iron might just not be hot enough at the moment, but we are slowly getting them off, that's alright. So 4 little ones there. Alright. Got a bit going on today. I think old mate next door has just got a new motorbike, so we'll have to contend with that. These ones are definitely a bit difficult to get off, but they are coming off, so that's a good sign. So we're getting a bit of the copper bonding wires in there as well, but that's alright. There we go. That's that one done. So just throw that into boards. Now this one I think definitely would be a flashing, but we'll find out. Oh no, I was wrong. Just throw the fan on. This one's giving off a bit of fumes, so just to play it safely. So quite particular, these ones. They're a lot harder to retrieve than your standard slot cards, but every little bit counts. So there we are, that's that one done. We've still got a little bit of tiny bit of gold plating there, and I'm pretty sure that anything around where bolts connect to, I'm quite certain is just a flashing, and is a lot more difficult to come off. Yeah, that one's just a flashing, it's not lifting at all, whereas these ones are very finely soldered down, so once you heat up that solder it just slips straight off. Whereas a flashing is spray painted over anything, it's not soldered down. Alright, so we'll put our little collection in our tub. And we'll move on to the LCD screen ones. I shouldn't say it, but these should be a lot easier. I did also cut these down just a little bit, just so I wasn't making a mess all over the bit of metal I've got here. Sounds like the neighbour has packed his bike away already. I don't mind whatsoever because I've got my two-stroke dirt bikes, so they're quite loud. But he's going up and down the road that we live on, and he's got a paddock, so going right in the paddock, not up and down the road. Some of those are still stuck on, but that's okay. That one was quite satisfying to do. Now, a lot of people say to use a heat gun or a similar sort of thing to remove these, but honestly, using you're paying more in electricity than you would be retrieving gold. So this soldering iron is only 60 watts, and just as a pure guess, I'd say the heat guns are a lot more, just because they've got a fan, a heating coil, the whole works, whereas this is, I suppose, just somewhat a heating coil. There we are. Quite a decent amount just from those, and that was from one screen. I got those two boards, or four now that I've cut them up, but that's quite a decent amount. So we're slowly building up. Now these ones, unfortunately, are a lot more difficult, but however I'll jump into doing this one first, if at all possible. They do seem to lift, but quite difficult. So my guess would be it's quite a thin coating. Alright, I'm just going to do this side for these ones. They're a bit too much of a pain for what we're retrieving from it, so that'll do for them. least we got a little bit out of it. Alright, so now these little ones. Generally I just stab them with my little poker here, and then just work them along like that. Now these could still go as my low grade boards, but because I've still got a little bit of copper bonding wire in there, but I usually never bother. I just throw it into scrap steel and get that little bit of copper out there. Oh well, I might call that it for this video, guys. I just wanted to make a little quick one, updates and what have you. That's what we ended up with. Yeah, probably almost double of what we had in there already, so it's a good start. And this is just, I think I already mentioned it, but just my collection for fingers. I've also got CPU pins, a whole bunch of random different gold plating stuff. The bulk of it would be Ethernet, like little plugs, legs, whatever you'd like to call them, fingers. So that's all just a lot of random stuff. All sort of gold stuff that I can recover. Still got a few more left to process, but I'll leave them for another time. I've got a few more pickups to do at the moment, so we can leave them for another time. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully with some new angles we might be able to make some better footage. But anyway, guys, have a good one.